Hello and welcome. You're watching Cricbuzz Live in association with our fantasy partners, My 11 Circle. It was Punjab who was put into bat by the Rajasthan captain. And boy, did they grab that with both hands. They had a lot of fun, as batsmen tend to do in Mumbai. But they've got to 221 for the loss of 6 wickets. If you were one of the people complaining about KL Rahul's strike rate, sorry folks, but this time 91 of 50 is what he got. Brilliant innings. And Deepak Hooda, geez, he set it on fire. 64 of 28. It's not every day that a 28 ball 40 from Chris Gayle gets overshadowed not once but twice, and that's exactly what happened for Punjab. On the other side, 3 wickets to Chetan Sakaria, and of course a brilliant catch, so he had himself a good day. Chris Morris, well, taking to the cleaners a bit, but going at 10 and over when the team is going at 11, he'd possibly say I had a good day. And we have Joy Bhattacharjya and Michael Vaughan here with us. Whoa, Joy, that was a mammoth batting effort.
It was a mammoth batting effort, and it was one most entertaining IPL match I've seen so far, the first innings. Of course, it dragged on forever and ever. The over rate, whatever Sanju Samson's going to be as captain, he's going to lose a lot of money on fines this first day as captain, for sure. So he's apparently pocketed the coin. I hope that helps him pay for the fine, because there's going to be a big one on him today.
Yeah, they've gone, what is it, 30 minutes? They went 30 minutes over. That's nuts.
Yeah, and given everything that they did, of course, there were stoppages and... if you go for that many runs, but if you use 8 bowlers, to take a lot of time as well. And the interesting part about it is that the innings, they end up on 221, but actually, if you look at it, Rajasthan have actually made a comeback in the last couple of overs. They've taken a wicket, only 5, 6, 7 odd runs in the last over. They've actually made a comeback and said, hey, we didn't do so badly. And the last time they got 223, we chased it down.
Correct. So they possibly wanted, I think it was Punjab.
Or rather the other way around. It's the other way around. The last time we scored they chased it down.
I think Punjab wanted to stop before, because 224, Michael, to Tewatia is like showing a red cloth to a bull, right? So let's just bring it down a bit. And Tewatia looked at that and said, what? You won't let me get to my favorite score? I'm just going to pluck this ball out of thin air. And KL Rahul is looking at Tewatia and saying, no, not you again.
Yeah, I agree with Joy. I thought it was great entertainment. Punjab played with great intent. The pitch is a beauty. We know that the score needs to be a high one. And they went about the business with great power, skill, expertise, and real ability to strike the boundaries. Sanju Samson, as a captain, he will, obviously it's early days for him, but he will have to sharpen up. He was just too slow to react, too slow to get his fielders in position. I'll state now that when you have one of the best T20 players in the world, and I put Josh Buttler in the top 5 players across every team and every nation, how he's not keeping wicket, I will never know. Because what Josh Buttler brings, forget who's the captain, what Josh Buttler brings behind the stump, it's like MS Dhoni standing at extra cover. MS Dhoni would never stand at extra cover. Yeah. You've got a tactical genius in T20 cricket. And the best way and the best place to see the game is from behind the stumps. Yep. And your best player is stood at extra cover. I just can't fathom that. Now, they may change Josh Buttler and he might open because the target's so big, but the tactics I know is for him to bat at number 4. If that's the case also, that you've got Josh Buttler stood at extra cover and Josh Butler's not going to open the batting in a T20 game when you're chasing 220 odd, I'm sorry, but that think tank at Rajasthan Royals needs to have a rethink. Because they're not getting it right. You've got one of the best players in T20 cricket. Put him in the position for why he is the best in this kind of bracket. It just does not make sense.
Yeah, completely. You've got to optimize your talent. And when you've got a talent like that, which when optimized can just change games, as wicketkeeper and as well as batter, then you really have to give him sort of more dialogues in this little skit. Right? You got to give him more dialogues. Today, the bowlers, well, the bowlers couldn't say much because the batsmen were having all the say. There you go. I mean, pretty much everybody in the team bowled. I suspect 1 or 2 from the support staff bowled as well. But if we have a real quick look, Chetan Sakaria, what a story, right, Joy? I mean, we will speak about him in the post show, but let's just run down that list. You've got Mustafizur, you've got Chris Morris. Some of the shots that, I mean, I want to get to Deepak Hooda real quick, because for me, that has been, I mean, Michael's already spoken about these bowling figures, but you also need to try so many bowlers when you have someone like Deepak Hooda he was just hitting it everywhere, and the way he was hitting it. I mean, this is just... What is this hitting? 6 sixes and 4 fours. That's insanity.
But see, the interesting thing is Deepak Hooda has had a rocket of an innings like this very early on, 2015 or 16, I remember. Yep. He had an innings like this. He started his career in Rajasthan. So he had it for Rajasthan. And then last year, if you remember, against Chennai in a very crucial match, they were really down. He came in and scored 62 in about 30 odd balls. And he actually gave them a fighting chance in a match that they needed to win. They didn't win, but he got them to 154 at a point where they didn't look as if they'd cross 100. So this guy has potential. You also know the story of what happened to him. He was in Baroda cricket, Kunal Kandia as a captain. Something happens. There was some fielding drills. There was an argument. Somewhere it flared up beyond necessity, and he did not play any at all. So for a guy who's not played any domestic cricket last year, I think this is absolutely a spectacular performance and a great comeback from him.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, it's only the 4th game. Obviously, this is the quickest 50. I have a feeling this record may just stick for the entire tournament. I mean, a 20-ball 50 is serious business, Michael. That's some serious hitting. This is not getting broken this season, for sure.
It may get broken in the second innings on this.
If Josh Butler comes out to open.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a good wicket. I mean, it's pure. There's not a great deal of swing. It's just perfect bounce to get your elevation to hit it into the stands. I have an excuse for Sanju Samson using all those bowlers. It's pre-season here in the UK, and what happens at pre-season in the early games? You bowl everyone. Just give them a bowl. You know, get an over or 2 under the belt. There's a long season ahead. That's what Sanju was doing. He's just giving everyone a go. You just give them a bit of a roll out, get the arms going, get the shoulders loose for the next week or two.
Yeah, but today it was the Punjab batters who got their shoulders real nice and loose, I tell you. That partnership between Rahul and Deepak Hooda, 105 runs of 47 balls. Everything else just pales in comparison, really. I mean, that partnership has just set up this fantastic score for them. But you're looking at 221, and there's 2 reasons why you're not saying it's game, set, match already for Punjab. 2 reasons. Because Rajasthan overcame a score like this in Sharjah about 6 months ago. And secondly, this Mumbai wicket is making Joy, it's making 221 look like, okay, yeah, it's decent. You know, it was great batting. It was entertaining, but you know,
I know it's decent. I feel 200 is decent. 220 even on this wicket is difficult. Yeah, you have to say this Mumbai wicket has about 20-25 runs more than the Chennai wicket. But 220, and remember one more thing. If you look at it that way, just as pure bowlers, I rate Shami, Meredith, and at this point in time, definitely Jai Richardson above perhaps Morris, Mustafizur, and whoever they had as their third bowler. No, Chetan Sakaria. Actually, Chetan Sakaria was their best bowler.
Yep.
I mean, a guy who could have been, may not have been, came in on the force of his performances, probably in the net practices. He was their best bowler today by a mile. And that's interesting for me. I feel Punjab's pure bowling attack is better. And the other thing is, I think someone has spoken to Preeti Zinta and said, you know what? The silver doesn't work. It's unlucky. Just like KKR went, they lost their black and gold. They lost the black in 2011, in 2010. Somebody has told Punjab, silver is unlucky. Take away the color, put in gold. So they're in red and gold, and everyone thinks they're RCB in disguise. And that's what they're trying to do today. But I think they have a better bowling attack than perhaps.
I'll I remember England chasing down a similar kind of score on this venue in the World Cup against South Africa.
Yep.
Just throwing it in there. If there's one venue, I reckon, in world cricket where you could chase this kind of score, it's the Wankhede Stadium in Mumbai. It's such a good wicket. The boundaries are tiny. The ball just seems to fly. But someone will have to get in and go big, 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 big. It's not going to be a 30 or 40. Someone's got to get that 3-figure score, I think. And a couple of cameos around you, you'll get very close.
I have one more submission to make. Mumbai and also Sharjah, that little patch of road that they play cricket on with some green around it. Right? I'd say Sharjah as well. You can probably get that 220 pretty easily. All right. So, well, that's the story then. 222, 222 is what... Might as well slip in a tribute, right? Choo is what they have to get. Let's have a look at the Rajasthan batters, see what order they'll come in. You know that Manan Vora is in their team. And Ben Stokes has also been penciled into open with Manan Vora. Sanju Samson, Jos Butler, Riyan Parag. And they're the ones who have to do the bulk of the heavy lifting. Shivam Dubey, Chris Morris, Tewatia, you know you're going to get a bit from them. But, you know, perhaps not getting a 40-ball 80 from any of them. So you need one of these top 4 or 5 to give you, as Michael is saying, that 80 or that 3-figure score. You get 100, and then you have a chance to get choo. So that's what they need to get to win. That's just the way we're going to say it. We're going to say it like that even on Cricbuzz Combox. So if you have a problem with Richie Bender, you got a problem with me, bro. You got a problem with me, all right? Got a problem? Oh. Well done. All right. Any predictions, gentlemen? Any side the needle is swinging? Perhaps you think?
I think he's swaying the team that are playing in the Bangalore kit.
Yeah, the hand-me-downs. The hand-me-downs. Yes. Joy, for you?
Yeah, I think so too. Also, this could be either very close, or if they lose early wickets, this could be a long evening for them.
So basically no chance for Rajasthan to win. You're saying either they come close or they stay short.
I can't see Rajasthan doing it today.
No.
Let me put it out there. Yeah, I can't see them doing it.
There's another Rahul there who's going... Not the one in Punjab, the one in Rajasthan. Going,
not the angry Rahul, right? Or is
no.
he the angry Rahul today?
I don't know who's the angry Rahul. Both seem pretty calm. Both these Rahuls, both KL and Tewatia seem pretty calm and end up doing some pretty destructive things with their calm demeanor. So, well, I guess everyone's calling it advantage Royal Challenge. No, sorry. What was that? Punjab. Sorry. Yeah. Everyone's calling it advantage Punjab here. We're going to see you at the end of the 10th over on Cricbuzz Combox. You were watching Cricbuzz Live, brought to you in association with our fantasy partners, My 11 Circle, Rajasthan chasing choo.